Part 2. Intro into Astrology. Every month, the sun changes into a new sign. The sign that the sun is in during the time we are born becomes what we know as our sun sign, more specifically, our natal sun sign. You can also look at the signs as energy, and whatever energy we were born into, we embody in our own unique way. And through astrology, we learn to better understand the energy or characteristics of our sun sign. How do we feel energy-wise on a day-to-day basis? How alive do we feel? Do we feel strong, active, and healthy? Or do we feel delicate, low energy, and tired? The sun influences the energy or vitality within our body. Who am I? What are my interests? What makes me feel confident? How do I best express myself creatively? The sun also represents our identity and where we shine in life. We also need to know where our sun sign is located in our natal chart. Think of your natal chart as a snapshot of where the planets were the exact time of your birth. Your natal chart is the map of your life. It is your life story. It is your little life cheat code. Use it as a personal tour guide for when you are feeling lost and need to be guided back on the path to your happiness, to your purpose, to clarity. Your birth chart is made up of 12 different houses, which look like 12 slices of pie. Each house represents an important area in our lives, and each house holds its own energy as well. And guess what influences that energy? Whatever sign it is in. We are made up of all the signs. Remember, our natal chart is a snapshot of where the planets were located during the time of our birth. And each planet rules a different sign. The sun rules the sign of Leo, the moon rules Cancer, Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo, and so on. We are made of all the signs, and they help us understand ourselves and our lives. For example, in astrology, when asked what house does the sign Aries rule, you can easily find that out by looking at your natal chart and seeing where Aries is and what house or houses it's attached to. Whatever house it's attached to is where the energy of Aries will show up the most for you. Therefore, whatever house your sun sign is in will show you the area in your life that you shine the best in. Now that you understand the basics of the sun, we can finally talk about how to work with the energy of the sun in our everyday lives to help us feel our most alive. And to know that, we will have to learn about the sun when it's moving, or more specifically, what we like to call in astrology, when it's transiting. Anytime that the current planets in the sky right now move or transit, which they do every day, it activates our natal chart. It lights up our natal chart. It makes our natal chart come alive. Our natal chart is not just for understanding ourselves. It also shows us how the planets in our chart communicate with the current transiting planets, and really how the current transiting planets affect the collective. That's how we can use astrology as a prediction tool to tell us what we may be experiencing on a daily basis, or even what we will be experiencing in the future, or to better understand our past. Astrology is mind-blowing, but I am convinced that it was a tool that was purposely placed in our lives for us to use as a guide. It may not be everyone's cup of tea, and that's fine. But if astrology was brought up in your life in some way, it means that it would be a helpful tool for you to use. And I'm here to show you how you can use it in the best and most practical way so that you gain the most benefits from it. Again, astrology is not just for understanding ourselves, It's also for guiding us through our lives and helping us navigate through the changes that we go through on a daily basis. Why am I having such a rough week? What job/career would be best for me? Why am I experiencing so much tension in my relationships? How can I feel happier? What do I need to feel more confident? Where can I find my true friends that share my same interests? Astrology can answer all of that and so much more. And I'm going to show you. I have always been a visual learner, and I have always been a I'll believe it when I see it kind of person. I question everything and need to do my own research to uncover the actual truth. I started to understand, to believe, and to benefit from astrology the more I started to use it every day and work with the current energies. And because I feel like the best way to prove something is to show it, I'm going to show you the magic of astrology combined with spirituality by using myself as an example. I am going to help you better understand astrology and how to use it in your everyday life by showing you how I use it in my daily life and how it plays out for me. I want to be the evidence that astrology and spirituality is not a joke. And I will be doing that by documenting my daily life and showing how I connect to my own energy and also how I use the current energy as my daily guide, which I'm going to turn into a vlog series called Living Astrology. The title was inspired by one of my favorite astrology books called Living Astrology, which I will be using often in this series. So we'll talk more about that later.
Hi, my name is Jessica. I am an astrologer and I host monthly virtual and in-person gatherings. Some of those events include moon circles. I do full moon and new moon circles, women circles. So if you want to learn, heal, and grow with like-minded women, I invite you to the next virtual women's circle that I'm going to be hosting. So we're going to be talking all about what that means astrologically. We're going to have group discussions. We're going to have questions that align with the energy. We're going to do group readings. So we're just going to do a lot, but I really want it to be discussion based because the moon energy is all about connecting, sharing, being vulnerable, and connecting with feminine energy. I feel like if you've been wanting to connect with like-minded women for a while, that would be the perfect time for you to just follow that inner calling, that nudge that you've been feeling in your heart to do it. Trust that your intuition has led you here for a reason. So if you're interested, you can sign up at healthygirlhealing.com. I finally have a website now, yay! So it's at healthygirlhealing.com and you can purchase a one-time ticket for $33. But if you are a Healthy Girl Healing Patreon member, you get in for free, but the membership fee is $22. Intuitively speaking and astrologically speaking, we are in a time where people are looking for something deeper, than just the surface level engagement with social media. It is a beautiful tool to connect people from across the world, but we want to see faces, we want to engage, and also meet up at some point,